Okay. I'm just coming about this thing with gun control. And I know there's some that don't believe that this event happened up in the Sandy Elementary School. The main reason why I do, there was a gentleman from here that was no actor that went up there to help his daughter bury his grandson. No actor. Real grief. This is a sad event. But it is all about gun control. That's one thing everybody's right about. This was done in such a way that it would shock everyone here in the United States. And our government is capable of doing this, believe me. No actors, no putting on anything, you know. This young man had been out of circulation for over 3 years. He graduated from school early, had taken college courses, and basically was just dropped out. And truly the government wants our guns, and they'll go at any reason, do anything to have a shock therapy, shock, attitude, to bring us around to say, yes, we need to turn our guns in. So, am I for turning the guns in? No, I'm not. I truly believe it is a devious move from our government to take our guns away. It'll be a little bit, let's ban this and then let's ban that, because the killing won't stop with the rifles and things. They'll keep going until the government gets every gun, disarming the United States, disarming the people. And I thought about this a lot. Because even if you take all the guns away, there will be some out there that still have guns. Okay? There will be. You won't get them all. You won't. But with the NRA saying to stop a bad man with a gun, it takes a good man with a gun to stop him. It really does. See, the guns isn't the problem. They don't kill. It's the weapon in somebody's hand that has mental problems. And I still don't understand why this mother, knowing her son had mental problems as severe as he had, would have kept these kind of guns in her house and even teach him how to shoot them. But I'll tell you my theory on how to keep our schools safe. One, he shot his way into the school. They were on lockdown, okay? But he shot the glass out of the door and opened the door and walked in. Went to not the first classroom was right in front of him. He specifically went to the next one. He knew where he was going and what he was going to do and who he wanted to kill. But if they can put glass up that is bulletproof, high-powered rifle bulletproof, around the president and the Pope. My suggestion is, okay, at a certain time when the school is locked down, if you had bulletproof glass in the windows and the doors, and you might say, oh, that's too expensive. Well, okay, our kids are worth putting out that little extra money on bulletproof glass, because if there had been bulletproof glass, he couldn't have shot his way in. 2, if you have sensors connected to these windows around the school and the doors, and anyone that tried to break in with a gun, bullet, or sledgehammer or whatever, 1, they couldn't break it. 2, it would automatically set a sensor off, a automatic alarm that would sound in the school, that the whole school, each class would know something's wrong, something's going on, and you go to the safe places and lock yourself down until the police gets there. Also, if you had an armed guard there, that if this man or woman, but so far it's been young men, got into the house somewhere, he could confront him and willing to shoot him if necessary. And if he is well covered, if he is well protected with body armors and stuff, I'm sorry, you have to take a headshot. Maybe a frontal headshot right between the eyes, because he could have stuff on his head to protect his head. Now maybe that sounds cruel, but you know, if he's in there to kill our kids, then I don't think it's so cruel. It's either his life or theirs. But if you have it where he cannot get inside the schoolhouse, he cannot shoot the glass, and he cannot break in any way, shape, and form. See, that's how some of the police got in. They come in through another door and they broke the glass out and reached in and just... We should have windows that are totally 100% bulletproof, even a high-powered rifle. You know, to have to lock our children down in school, to me, is a sad time. And for any parent to be able to get into the school to pick a child up or anything, they will have to show ID and have a deal where you scan it through, and that person in there that's controlling the doors will see a photograph, a picture of the parent, like in the driver's license, or a photographic ID that you can slide in the slot, that it will come up into the room where the operator is of the doors. It will automatically see that this person is so-and-so, and he's got or she's got children inside the classroom there in that school. Instead of taking our guns away to protect ourselves and our home, let's do some more evasive things at the school to protect them. Now, at a shopping mall like they had up in Oregon, I'm sorry, that's just totally a different situation. You can't put bulletproof glass there and stuff, so if it's somebody that wanted to be a shooter and come in and shoot them all up, that's all I can say is that you need some armed guards there that has guns, people knows they have guns, that can protect the people and take that person down if have to. And at theaters, somebody let that boy in. There was witnesses said that somebody opened the door and signaled for somebody to come in. So I really believe there's more than one person that was involved on that. But you know, right now, I'm worried about our schools. We have Columbine that went on. My grandchildren has a relative that lost a daughter down here in Arkansas at that shooting. A very precious man. He's a police officer. But when the school shooting went on here in Arkansas, that touched my family's life. It was a sad event, a sad day. So, instead of fixating on trying to take all of our guns away from us, I would say let's put an alternative on our schools and put a police officer. In fact, we have one over here. He's assigned to this school over here, so thank the Lord. But my heart goes out to those mothers and fathers that really lost children up there. Because these things are senseless. Senseless. But I'm still not willing to give up the Second Amendment, the Constitution. Our forefathers did it for a reason. And I truly believe that we're coming into the era that we will need them again against our own government. I'm sorry. Because when they decide to take all of our freedoms away, the freedom of speech, and of course it begins with taking the guns, just like with Hitler. If you really want to know where America is headed in these days, really go study the history about Hitler. How he grew up, how he became the ruler in Germany, the little baby steps that he took when he got in there to disarm the nation of Germany, how he took away the food and starved them and belittled them and I mean, if you was a Jew, you went to the concentration camps because you was contaminated by being a Jew. If you was a homosexual, you went to the concentration camps because in his eyes you were perverted and doing what you shouldn't do. In fact, right down to the basics of if a man only had one testicle, he went to the concentration camp. Where Hitler ever got that from, I don't know, because that's all he had was one testicle. Part of history. I did a big study when I was going to college on Hitler because I was in a debate class, and he split the half down, and he says this house has to go against, debate against Hitler, and this half has to debate for Hitler and try to change people into the way of Hitler's thinking. Well, I thought, oh wow, this is going to be easy. I'm going to talk against this man, and I happened to be in the group that had to defend him. Well, how do you defend a man that is totally evil, evil to the core, and get a good grade? So I went in and I did a deep study, psychological, and I tried to put it like he would have put it in talking to the class, that what he did was right, that we needed to get rid of the Jews, and we needed to get rid of the homosexuals, we needed to get rid of the people that were flawed, and that we need to create a race of people that would be perfect and pure. And in fact, my teacher said, you know what, Barbara, you did such a good job. If I didn't know how you felt, you could have persuaded me to become a Nazi. Well, needless to say, I got a very good grade on that. But it was a wake-up call to me. How people can manipulate people. How a person can come to power and manipulate that power to the point that everything that he says to do, that whole country did. Willingly. Blindly. And he didn't have anyone to go up against him. He'd already disarmed everybody. We're headed down that same road, people. We are, and people know how I feel about Obama. I'm just going to tell it the way it is, what I see about this man. And I do see the aspects of Hitler in Obama. I don't say he's the Antichrist, but I do say he's the right-hand man of the Antichrist, and he will help usher that man of deceit in. He'll be a party to it. He'll be one of them, dragging the United States down more and more. Our freedoms are going to be taken away from us. Our guns are going to be taken away from us. And my husband and I own this land, own it outright. We don't owe anything on it. But yet, you know they could come in and take this land away from us. For any reason. They can make up any law, any reason, and say, no, we need this piece of land to do whatever. People don't realize that. We're in dangerous times, people. Wake up. If a government is willing to kill, to mind manipulate a young man that has mental problems, and his mother, I think she was in on it. I think she knew a lot about this and helped train him. I really do. I mean, why would any mother have that kind of firepower in her home with a mentally disturbed child? Give me a break. Something was going on. But you see, governments have done this before. Really, they have. So I just give the thing out for the schools. Let's put bulletproof glass all around the school. A sensory on the door, the glass parts, that if anybody tries to break in or fire a gun and shoot and break the glass so they can get in, that it will set off a sensor that the whole school can go down on lockdown, and that the police have time to get there because he can't get in. That's my suggestion. Maybe a lot of people say, oh no, that'd be too expensive. Well, our government throws more money away on bull. I mean, honestly, it does. So take some of that money that you throw away for nonsense stuff and put bulletproof glasses in our schools. And one armed guard inside at least. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Well, you all be blessed. I've gave you my thoughts on this, so be blessed. In the name of Yeshua HaMashiach.